Okay, should be up with Xenoblade here. Let me update my Twitter thing here. Give me just a second. Probably spelling Chronicles wrong. I am. It's not any part. It's just that. Okay. I don't know why like my monitor is like doesn't update whenever I go on. There we go. Alright. Xenoblade Chronicles. BE. I have some thoughts, which is why I want to do a little bit of this and just provide an update of where I'm at in the game. As usual, it's the last time I played this. There is a bit of there's a delay between my button inputs and what actually happens on the screen. So I fall and do something stupid, it's because of that. Also, I don't know if there's going to be an audio delay or not. Anyway. It's actually been like over a week, I think, since I've last done anything in this game, because I've been, you know, busy with other things and trying to do anything. And anyway, this is a Colony 6. Yeah, that came out mangled. I have continued building up Colony 6. I think it's at level 4, I think is what I want to say. It's at level 4 right now. It has very happy music playing. You can hear that. Oh, come on, Ricky. There is. Oh, there's a quest marker. Yes, there is a big ship over here. Looks like a shoe. I think it looks like a shoe. Anyway, that should probably give you an indication of where I'm at in the game. Because the shoe ship does not show up until much later on. Oh, spoilers. I found Fiona. I know, we're at that point in the game. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I was kind of like half right about. I called her Fiona. Fiora. Sorry. I was kind of half right about her. So, okay, I want to explain what my theory was back before we got to that part of the game. I was half right. I was half right about it. So, I mean, I already knew that there were humans, or Homs as they call them in the game, were piloting the Mechon. But, see, my theory was that there was, like, I was thinking like there was some sort of yin-yang thing going on between the Bionis and the Mechonis, and I figured they were, like, maybe some equivalent versions of the characters lived on the Mechonis. Like, there's a Mechonis version of Fiora on Mechonis, and she's the one who's actually piloting the silver Mechon, or not. And Bionis Fiora was like really dead. So, but that turned out to actually not be the case. So, Mecha Fiora is the real Fiora, apparently. So as explained in the game, I know I'm getting into spoiler stuff here, so if you haven't played the game and you don't want to know about this stuff, then stop watching this. Anyway, because I'm gonna talking about spoiler stuff. Should have put my warning up like 3 minutes ago, but it's a little late for that now. So, the Mechon have been taking homes and repurposing them into the faced Mechon, which gives them the properties of homs somehow, so that the Monado cannot affect them. But we met Mr. Zanza. Mr. Zanza upgraded the Monado so that it could harm homs. So that means it'll harm the face Mechon now, so. Or did, because that's in the past now. And yeah. So there is some really exciting stuff to see in this game, which I'm actually kind of past already. But I did save a save file here in Agranapa, so we can actually go back and look at the Mechonis stuff, because at this point in the game you can't go back to the Mechonis, which kind of sucks. But the Mechonis part is actually pretty cool. I actually like the Mechonis part of the game. And it's kind of a shame you can't go back there, because it's kind of gone. So, anyway, this is going to be a little bit spoilery for the next hour, I would say. Actually, let me make sure I save here before I do this. This is still going to be my gripe about this game, is that there's only 3 save slots. Don't like having limited save slots, especially such a small number. Because I want to have saves where all the important events happen in the game, so I can kind of go back and check those parts of the game out again. It's really hard to do that when there's a game this long and only has 3 save slots. I'm going to keep that's still going to be my gripe about this game. Anyway, there's some stuff that happens around this bit that I do kind of want to talk about, which is why I want to do this stream. So, major spoilers for the next hour. That's your final warning. Oh yes, look at all this awesome Mechon outfit here. Pretty cool stuff. But for the sake of the cutscenes that are coming up, I'm gonna put them back in their normal outfits, because there's like 30 minutes of cutscenes that happen after the next couple of fights here. And it's kind of weird having Shulk in this beefed up heavy armor in all those cutscenes. It just looks kind of weird. So, I'm gonna change their equipment here. Yes, that delay is gonna be weird. Anyway, we'll just go back to colony equipment because it looks fine. I know where I'm leaf your that way. This mecha and armor on the characters looks so goofy. So anyway, while I'm doing this, I guess I will briefly cover the story from when the last time I streamed this. So last time I streamed, we ended at the RFC. Alright, so we got Malia, and we went to the RFC, and basically from there you go to Alchemoth, which is the capital of the High Entia. The High Entia were actually pretty reasonable people. You know, for such an advanced society that lives above everybody. Surprisingly to me, they're not the typical elitist assholes you usually find in most fiction. They're actually kind of reasonable people who happen to have wings growing out of their heads. Which, by the way, I did see concept art, I believe, of Malia, who did not have wings on her head. So, I think the whole wings on the head for the High Entia, maybe that was an afterthought. That was just something that was added in later on. design-wise, so... I mean, it makes them stand out, but it does seem a little bit impractical, because... Why would you have wings growing out of your head that don't do anything? Eh. I mean, they can't fly, so I don't know why they have wings. Consider it a mutation from the Telethia stuff, which you'll find out about here in a little bit. Oh, I didn't change Charlotte's stuff here. Oh, yeah, look at all that bulky armor on Melia. Yeah, it is kind of weird playing with a little bit of a delay here, but that's the only way I can stream this. Normally when I'm playing this, I just have this, I just have the game running directly to my monitor, and then I don't have a delay. But if I'm running it through my capture card, there's a delay. Gotta kind of deal with that. Oh yeah, I was talking about where we were at the story. So yeah, I did some stuff with Alchemoth and the Emperor Saurian, I think that's what it's called. Melia will be the next Empress of the Hyentia. We have a whole little scenario about that, and then after that, the Mechon attack. And the king, not the king, Emperor has to go to Prison Island, which is the big black floating island fortress thing. The team, I'm not sure what to call them, the team of heroes, the boys or whatever, they go after the Emperor, they go there, they find Zanza, who's the big giant, blue giant dude, imprisoned long ago. Metalface, I remember his name now. Metalface shows up, kills Zanza, quote, kills. He also kills the Emperor while you're there. But before Zanza dies, he upgrades the Monado. So you had the Monado 2, which is... yeah, we have Monado 2 on here. That's what it looks like. And you try to attack, and then the silver Mechon steps in the way, gets the front sheared off, and you can see it's Fior, and then everybody's like, what? Fior's alive? How? So then after that, sort of the mission changes for everybody. It's no longer about just getting revenge for killing Fiora and other people of Colony 9. Now it becomes a rescue mission. Now we have to go find Fiora and rescue her. So that leads the team on the path to going to Galahad Fortress, which to get there they have to go through Valak Mountain, which is this really awful snowy mountain area. Probably the most... I think it's the one area of the game I don't like. Let me put it that way. It's very white, it's very gray. The enemies are a little tedious to deal with there. And it's kind of like a giant maze. It takes a long time to get anywhere, and the fast travel checkpoints are few and far between. So I didn't really like that area. Except for the fight at the end, which is pretty cool. At the end of that part, you actually get to see the true Metalface, who is exactly as I thought it would be. It was Mumkar. Actually, I remember his name. Mumkar. The dude from the beginning of the game. Hold on a sec. I gotta clear my throat here. So yeah, you got a little fight with Mumkar in his cyborg form. They say they're kind of a Mechon hybrid, but technically they're cyborgs, to be honest. That's what they are. So you fight him, and then you get to meet the big boss dude, who is Egil, who we're gonna meet here in a moment also. Then you go to Sword Valley, which is the giant metal sword place. You over there, and then you have your final battle with Metalface, and like a typical villain, he doesn't know when to quit, and he does something, and he gets himself killed. End of story. But you do manage to rescue Fiora, and you get into Galahad Fortress. You free her from the control of the Mechon or Egil or whatever. Then everybody falls down, onto the fallen arm on the Mechonis, which is this. I actually kind of like the fallen arm area. It's probably one of the most interesting looking areas of the game, to me. It's just a chopped off arm of the Mechonis that's lying in the ocean. It's a little island. So it's kind of like half nature, half mechanical. Pretty cool. So Fiora kind of comes back to her senses, and she's basically a cyborg now. That's what she is. She doesn't wear equipment like the other characters. You actually change her parts out to change her abilities and whatnot. So Fiora kind of functions a little bit differently from the other characters now, which is kind of nice. It's nice to have something a little different. See from there. Oh, we meet the actual people of the Mechonis. There's the Machina. They call themselves the Machina. They look just kind of like. To be honest, they're kind of not what I expected. They look far too human, in my opinion. I would have preferred they looked much more like robots or mechanical. Instead, they look kind of like. They look like people dressed up in mechanical outfits. Yeah. That's a minor complaint of mine. But you kind of meet them, you kind of learn about the Mechana people. You learn about Egil. Egil's the dude who's commanding the Mechonis to attack, to attack the Bionis and everything. So then it becomes your goal to stop Egil from attacking the Bionis. At the same time all this is happening, there's like a combined force of the Homs, Hyentia, and the Nopalm that are attacking Mechon forces at Sword Valley while all this is happening, too, by the way. So yeah, so you have to basically climb your way up the Mechonis, starting from the legs up into the middle body and then all the way up to the top, which is where we are right now in Agrinfana, however you pronounce it. And along the way, we came across Gadot. So we kind of fought him. He's now a Metalface enemy. We actually just, I think just before this part we fought him. He should be like over there somewhere, I think. Because this part is where we meet Egil. And I think I need to change my party around because this fight is actually a little tough here from what I recall. I spent some extensive time researching the characters, their abilities, and their strengths and weaknesses and how to use them, which took a while. Because for every character is kind of good for something. Like Shulk is good for backstabbing and Monado stuff. Rain is just a tank, aggro tank. He does a lot of damage too, by the way. He can. Ricky is sort of multi-purpose, I think, but he's mostly leans towards. His strength is more in hyper skills and cumulative damage effects. So he can do some decent healing too, which is probably why he's a nice option to switch out between him and Charlotte when you want healing. Charlotte's just a healer, straight up. She's not very good at attacking, but, you know, she is what she is, I guess. Melee is just a straight up black mage sort of character. She does a lot of elemental attacks and cumulative damage too, kind of like with Riki. That's the thing between Melee and Riki, is to take advantage of their cumulative damage effects from them. Instead of just attacking on raw attack power from them, you want to use their magic and arts and whatnot to create debuffs and cumulative damage effects like poison and fire damage and thunder damage and ice damage and stuff, and just want to compound all of that onto the enemy. And that can like that can just tear up enemies real fast. It can. So that's how you use them. It may not be effective on bosses, because sometimes bosses are immune to these things, but other enemies, they work pretty well. They have a pretty good synergy together. Talk about Bjor. I already talked about Bjor. Dunman is just... Dunman's meant to be more of an agility tank from what I understand, but he still does a lot of good damage. So he's pretty good with pretty much anybody, I think. And Bjor is just a DPS machine. That's what she is, and I do enjoy using her. You just put like stack agility gems on her with double attack and everything. She just goes chop 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 on an enemy, and it's like, and she has an art too, but it'll actually speed her up even more. It's crazy. She probably is a little bit borderline broken in a little bit, but she's not good at everything. She has low HP, so if she gets hit by a boss, she'll die in a few hits. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna check this part out that's coming up. Probably won't talk over too much. But yeah, so we're here to stop Egil. And there's some stuff to talk about with this stuff. This is why I wanted to replay this part for the stream. Gotta walk up here and meet the metal man himself. Ooh, item.
Vanea, where have you been?
Vanilla.
Why do you go so far to destroy the Bionis? We survived that battle. We should have created a new world in which we could live in peace. And we still can.
The rage of those who were annihilated by the Monado will never dissipate.
Think not about avenging the dead. Think of the living. Please, Egil. I don't want to lose you. Are you so resigned to giving your life for this?
Life or death, I care for neither of these. The agonized cries of our brethren resound within my ears. Until they are silenced, I am deaf to all else.
Egil.
So, you have finally arrived, heir to the Monado.
Monado.
You are Egil, leader of Mechonis.
That I am. Of course. You have never seen me outside my face, Yaldabaoth. But even if I am without it, you will never defeat me.
Wait, I didn't come to fight you.
Cowardice? Then relinquish the Monado and kneel before me.
I didn't come to surrender to you either. I just want to know something.
You have my undivided attention. Ask your question.
I've seen the legends of the Machina right here in the capital. I think I understand why you want to fight the Bionis. But why send the Mechon to attack the people of Bionis? I don't see the joke. We share the same world. The Homs, Nopon, and High Entia live in harmony. So why not the Machina too?
Tell me, boy. Are you familiar with the concept of starvation tactics?
Of course.
They teach that. They teach that at the military academy.
Strategy in which you cut the supply lines and starve out the enemy.
So, then you understand that that is the best method by which to ensure victory. I have no resentment or hatred for the peoples of Bionis. I am simply depleting the Bionis energy. Striking back at the Titan that robbed my people of their lives.
I don't understand.
Perhaps you need me to put things more simply. All life on Bionis exists purely to feed its master.
What?
Ether. The base element of all things that exist in this world. My body, your bodies. You are aware that ether is the foundation of them all.
Yes.
Ether is power. You are the source of that power.
Not knowledge,
Life that
it's
is
ether.
born from the Bionis dies
Ether is power.
and is returned to the Bionis. Unlike the Mechonis, the Bionis feeds on ether provided by those who return to it. Upon the moment of its eventual awakening, it will require an incredible number of lives.
But that means...
What are you talking about? Are you saying we're just food?
It was the Bionis that created you for such a purpose, not I.
So you attacked Bionis to reduce the Bionis power supply?
Correct. You are nothing more than bugs to be devoured by my sworn adversary. Do not speak to me of your foolish dreams of unity.
Foolish? We only grieve for those we've lost, as you do. Machina or Homs, we've suffered the same. Don't tell me it's different.
Indeed. We have both suffered.
So then,
So then, well, I guess we fight.
You doubt my convictions, my reasons. In order to avenge my people, I have risked everything. Can you say the same?
yes, we can. To get this far, we fought long and hard.
And yet, you do not fight me. Your words are useless. It is only strength that can prevail.
Shulk, this whole thing stinks, but he's got a point.
Agreed. Egil, leader of Mechonis. The lives of the Machina, and the lives of all that lives on Bionis, are one and the same. We won't stop. Not until you realize that.
Yep, we're good. Alright, so Eagle's pretty boneheaded. He's just gonna... I'm gonna keep fighting, because I'm gonna fart. This fight really shouldn't be too bad to do. Maybe we should just focus on Egil. So, what's he doing? Predator. Yep. Alright, heal up, heal up. There we go. Oh, I'm lucky I got that with the delay. Keep it up, keep it up.
How are you able to wield such a power? You shall pay! You shall pay! Feel the full force of my strength!
Alright, there we go.
How could this happen, even with the Apocrypha?
You know, Egil. You know the reason.
He has the will to power.
The power of the will to protect your own. Is that what you refer to? And what of you, Vanea? You would side with those of Bionis and attack me. You have forfeited your right to exist.
Perhaps. If that is to be my fate, I gladly accept, brother. As would many of the villagers.
Vanea is apparently Egil's sister.
So the few remaining members of my people have now...
And his dad is down on the fallen arm, and he told Shulk to kill his son.
villagers and I,
Just
we
want to say
wanted
that.
all this fighting to stop. Egil, all we wanted was to live with you in peace. Nothing more than that.
Nonsense. There will never be peace until the Bionis is destroyed.
Brother!
Your blade. It did not cut deep enough.
The golden Mechon.
It's a very big Mechon there.
Permit me to apologize for calling you bunks just now. You prove to be a worthy adversary after all. Shulk.
I shall teach you just how inferior your kind truly is. This is my true power.
Oh, you take Art Seal on me. Split edge. Oh. Yeah, he just automatically knocks you down.
Prepare to die. Shulk. No. Zanza.
Oh, spoiler.
I won't let you kill Shulk.
You. That light. So you have returned. Our grievances have come and gone. But you are willing to lay down your life to prevent me from achieving my dream. You were the one who said we would live together, Lady Meyneth.
Yes. Meyneth, the villagers, everyone loved you. That is why they wish to live alongside you. It's all so clear now. To Meyneth and to me.
I waited until the day when you would awaken once more and create a world full of light. But you are nothing more than a traitor. To me, to all those who worshipped you, and to our fallen brethren.
Please, you have to listen to me. Egil!
I will not listen. Your words mean nothing. You have sided with my sworn enemy. And gods can never exist alongside mortals. Meyneth!
Egil!
Mechonis, it is I, Egil, I, your devoted servant, offer my body and mind to replace Meyneth as your new soul.
spirit and be reawakened. Mechonis!
We have to run! Get out of here! The whole city's gonna come down! Shulk! Run where? We have to get out of the city! Get as far away as we can!
Have to run, 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 run.
Gone. He's not here anymore.
There's no time. We have to get ourselves out.
No! I have to find him! Gado!
Gado!
Pull yourself together. Remember, Sharla, we've got a job to do. What's gonna happen if the Mechonis starts moving?
But...
What's gonna happen to Juju and Atharon? Gado's a Hom soldier. He wouldn't have hung around here to die. He would have got out.
Yeah, he was just walked up and left.
Right.
I'm sure.
Now come on. Shulk!
Oh, look who it is.
I'm glad I'm on time. Here, it's you.
Gado!
I've fulfilled my promise. Live, Sharla.
Yeah, we end up going like through like 3 chapters of the game here in the span of like an hour and a half. So yeah, I guess it's okay for me to save right there. It's not a big deal. I'm probably only going to rush through this part, but these are some pretty awesome cutscenes in this part. This is why I want to show this part.
A sign?
Yes. If a catastrophe were imminent, it would naturally be preceded by a sign.
It can't be.
Convey these orders to all troops. Pull the front line back to the Bionis arm. All units, withdraw from the front at once!
Sir, are you sure? Victory is in our hands, Your Highness. We must strike the final blow.
Do you not realize where we are?
Sir?
Listen to me. We are on the sword of the Mechonis! Calm down! Calm down!
It's moving!
Are we too late? Melia, be safe.
All units retreat! Immediately! The Mechonis is about to awaken!
Damn it! I was counting on you, runt.
What's happening?
It's like we're floating in midair.
Fiora, are you doing this?
Lady Mayneth, you have awakened once more.
This light, Was it you who saved us when we fell from the fortress? Mayneth, where's Fiora?
It's okay. I'm here too. After all that occurred at the fortress, my soul was exhausted. But I was revived by the cry of a young Holmes, by his wish to protect you all. Gado. If he had not acted as a shield, I would have been unable to save you. I am sorry.
Gado saved us. Now
he's really dead.
The Mechonis.
Kinda frees up the spot for you now, Rain. Oh yeah, there we go.
Shulk, do you hear it? The awakening of the Mechonis. This is my pain. The pain of my people, echoing through the millennia. The Mechonis arm!
By the way, I want to point out that somehow they did manage to rebuild the other hand of the Mechonis at some point. Because the other hand was chopped off in the past, so...
Fall to your deaths, worthless insects!
Stop this! Callian and the others are still on the sword! Our friends are going to die! Stop!
I'll kill him! That murdering monster is gonna pay!
Atharon!
Yep, everybody's just falling off.
Fiora?
Sorry, I can't.
Yep, her battery died. And everybody falls. Oh, here's a giant shoe ship.
That hurts.
Where are we?
That was a close one, but we made it.
Alvis.
You are aboard Junks, the Machina ship.
It was he who informed us that you were in danger. I'm glad we found you in time.
Thank you.
And this guy.
Hey! What a stroke of luck! You're still alive!
Dixon!
So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff seeing the actual Mechonis wake up and move like that. A lot of people died in the process though. And it's actually technically still moving right now.
So you were unable to...
Sorry, Father. I have failed you.
Vanea, there's no need to apologize.
So, what do we do now? At this rate, that blasted Egil's gonna destroy Bionis.
Alvis, what happened to the Allied force?
I informed His Highness of the possibility that the Mechonis would awaken. His Highness is wise. He will have acted to minimize casualties.
That's good.
Brother. There is still time.
Fiora? No, you're...
So it is her.
The Mechonis and I exist as one. Egil is using ether energy absorbed from the Bionis to force it to move. There is still time before the Mechonis fully adapts to the ether. Egil is at the core of the Mechonis. He will be controlling the Mechonis from there. Only by destroying the core will you be able to stop the Mechonis.
But how are we to get there? The Mechonis capital is destroyed.
Father, how much remaining energy does Junks have?
Don't worry. I made sure to fill her up.
On the back of the Mechonis is a huge cooling duct. We should be small enough to enter the control core section via the duct's heat transfer conduits. Junks can take us as far as the duct.
You have our gratitude. We must go there at once.
Then let's get a move on. This one's for Gado.
Here, here.
Too right. Gaddo's wishes live on through me. We will fight to the end.
So that's where you've been hiding. Then I guess it's almost time to finish this.
In case it's becoming not apparently obvious that Dixon is up to something. He is.
When you are ready to depart for the Mechonis, let my father know. I will prepare the vessel.
Understood.
Oi, look at that! What the...
There is little time left. We must stop Egil this time. It is in your hand, Shulk.
I know.
But yeah, you can pretty much just look and watch this thing that's moving way up there. Pretty cool. Only for a short while though. We're technically kind of waiting on us to get up there, so let's go ahead and do that. Actually, there is something I can talk about before we head up there. So this area, this is the Fallen Arm area. This is where the Mechina village is. And from what I'm aware of, most of the Mechina population is kind of here. And they are kind of opposed to, I guess, the conflict, I guess, in general. They're not interested in fighting the Bionis or whatever. There's a few others that are kind of hiding out on, I think, the Mechonis field area, but they're also kind of part of the same Mechina that are here. So, really it seems like Egil is the only Mechina that's actually fighting the Bionis. And somehow he... he has control of everything on the Mechonis somehow. I don't know. I don't really understand how this works. Like, I guess Egil just took control of the factories and just mass produces Mechon drones to attack Bionis or something like that. I don't know how he got control of everything. I'm kind of curious about that, but whatever. That just seems to be the way the story is set up. Because a number of Mechina that opposed the war far outnumber the one Egil, so it just seems a little weird to me. I just want to point that out. Anyway, we'll continue with the story here. More cutscenes and giant thing moving around.
Do my eyes deceive me? The Mechonis is moving.
Oi, you! I'm warning you! You better not drop me! You let me go, and you'll be doing
Oh, this guy,
for the
he's
rest of your life.
he's still alive somehow. I don't know how he is, but the joke character.
Linnea.
I am sorry. For Lady Mayneth's will to be realized, I had no choice but to use your body. Even so...
Actually, I'm grateful. Thanks to this body, I got to see Shulk and the others again.
Where is Lady Mayneth now?
Shall I call her? She is usually asleep. Maybe she just doesn't want to disturb me. It's an unusual feeling. 2 hearts in one body. It's not every day you get to experience something like this.
I see. That is a great relief.
It's as if I can see into her heart. We each know what the other's thinking, but it's strange. It feels like there's a part of my heart that's hidden. It's the part that holds Mayneth's feelings, and I can't see them. Maybe it's only natural. Everyone has 1 or 2 secrets, right? But I know how much she cares about this world. That's why I'm happy to let her use my body.
Fiora, I think Lady Mayneth is glad that she met you.
Yeah, I know.
Shulk, good news from His Highness. The Allied force retreated in time. Casualties were kept to a minimum.
Glad to hear it.
It didn't really look like that,
That's
though.
great news.
All areas are being prepared for evacuation. We can only hope they make it.
We won't let them down. This is one fight we can't afford to lose.
Here upon Ricky, all set! Ricky bound some heads! We'll go with you. Can't beat strength in numbers.
Really? You're a tough old-timer.
What's this? The old fossil wants to tag along. As long as you don't slow us down.
Let's see who makes it through the battle.
Another fight scene for a little pipe full of stuff. We got 2 of those tonight.
We're here. Everyone ready?
Ready.
Anytime.
Leave it to here upon Ricky.
Hey, Shulk. What is it this time? Stop worrying and come on.
The Monado isn't at full strength. I don't know if it can beat Egil.
You talking about that Apocrypha whatchamacallit thing? Don't worry.
Whatchamacallit.
There's no match for all of us together.
We love
At least the
whatchamacallits.
previous encounter allowed us to gauge how he fights. We won't make the same mistakes again.
The core is directly linked to the Apocrypha Generator. Destroy the generator, and the Apocrypha field will deactivate, allowing Shulk's Monado to function properly again.
Now you tell us. I wish you'd said something earlier. Oh, Shulk, did you hear that? Looks like you'll get your wish.
Something's not right.
What?
Egil. He called me Zanza. The same Zanza who devastated Mechonis. What did he mean?
He was just trying to get to you.
I told you before, right? I haven't had any visions lately.
Yeah?
But I still know, if I concentrate, I feel like something will happen, and it does.
Are you saying you don't need a vision to know what comes next? Pull the other one.
Ryan, you're going to scratch your head with your right hand.
What are you on about, Shulk?
Technically, that's not really that impressive, I guess, because Ryan usually does that.
Oh. But how did you do that?
I can't work it out. Ever since we came to Mechonis, my abilities have been changing. Why would that happen? If it's true that Zanza used the Monado to lay waste to Mechonis, then is it right for me to use it? Is what I'm trying to do really the right thing?
Shulk!
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm fine now.
Man.
Your control of the Monado has always been flawless. It never crossed my mind that this would happen to you too. Are you sure you're okay?
Perhaps you are suffering this much because you put all your energy into fighting the effect of the Apocrypha.
Ain't you learnt yet, Shulk? How many times do I have to tell you? If something's up, you've got to spit it out, man. I ain't just talking about visions. I mean, whatever's on your mind. All right?
Sorry, Ryan.
Don't go apologizing. It's my fault for not noticing. Let's get one thing straight. I've still got your back.
Thanks. No.
Huh?
Prepare to die. Shulk. No. Zanza.
This wasn't caused by the Apocrypha. It's a completely different kind of power.
Shulk.
What's happening to me?
I know I should be glad we made it this far, but if we don't find the Apocrypha Generator soon...
Exactly. The fight against Egil's not going to be easy with the Monado in its current state. And we don't know what kind of toll it'll take on Shulk's body. We have to destroy that generator.
It's up ahead.
Shulk?
There's a strong energy coming from up ahead. That has to be it.
Really?
Yes.
Then this is it. Egil's gonna be scrap metal when I'm through with him.
So basically what they're talking about there's this Apocrypha Generator thing. It's kind of a weird name for it. But basically Egil is using that to suppress the powers of the Monado. But of course Shulk is just kind of using the will to power through it. And it's starting to catch up on him. Anyway, this is actually the very top part of the Mechonis core, which is way back down there, past bands. I do kind of like the Mechonis parts of the game. There's a lot of verticality to it. Now there is some extra stuff to do in this area now that you have access to this top area, but I'm not going to bother with it, because we're just going to move on to the Apocrypha Generator. And I'll walk down. It's a long ways down.
It's just as I thought. The Monado feels the same as it did before the Apocrypha took effect. No, it feels even more powerful. The Bionis Monado and this Monado, they have to be connected. Somehow.
Because you aren't here. Not anymore.
Why am I remembering that dream? Why now? Without the power, I can't stop Egil. I have to concentrate. All I have to think about is how to stop the Mechonis. If the Monado does bring about the end, then I know what to do. Fiora!
Shulk, what were you thinking about?
Nothing.
So... it's like that, is it?
Really, it's nothing.
Listen, Shulk. If it's too hard for you to handle on your own, talk to me. Huh?
Fiora...
You can tell any of the others as well. We're all here for you. Don't forget that.
You're right. You're here for me.
Of course. And don't overdo it, okay? We all saw what happened. Is your arm okay?
Yeah, it's not bad. I'll live.
Oi! You two! Is something up?
Oh, I stopped flirting back there.
It's nothing. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Shulk.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not really gonna get into the whole who Shulk should be shipped with here. You know, I was perfectly fine with Melia while Fiora was dead, but I gotta be honest, Fiora seems like a much better fit for Shulk. I'm just saying. It's kind of like more my opinion, and besides, she's kind of a cyborg, and Shulk is kind of mechanically inclined, so they kind of go together, don't they? Just my opinion. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything I need to do here before this fight up here. I should just go in like all aggro here. Actually, you know what? This will be a good chance for me to show Fiora off here. Equipment's redundant for a moment. Now, technically, there actually is a really good. Sorry, there's a really good weapon you can get for Fiora in this part right now, but you kind of have to go really out of your way to get it. So I'm not going to do that because it's just going to take a while. So we're just going to move on. Whoa. Hopefully Shulk will remember to keep Fiora alive here.
This machine, is this?
Yes. The Apocrypha Generator.
Yeah, let's trash the thing. We take this out and it's plain sailing for Shulk.
It should be. It is a miracle that you have been able to use the Monado at all.
Hear that?
Are you really all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Vinaya, we need to find Egil.
The control core is directly above. It is not far.
Wait! It's moving!
No! We're too late!
You mean?
The Mechonis functions have been restored!
No, it can't be!
Yes, far too late. Fall back! Everyone fall back!
This huge, very blunt sword coming down. Shmosh. Shmosh.
He's gone and done it. Huh? The Mechonis has struck. Not good. I think it must have hit somewhere on Bionis.
No.
Move out! Don't forget, we've still got a job to do.
Right. What?
We can definitely do this! Electric Gunbuster! You're not invincible! Milano! Entramped! Slash! Take up! Stay focused! War in the world of strike!
I know I can. That's right, dumbbell.
Right heel! Thanks! Fatal Slash!
That didn't work.
Tempest Kick! Everyone! Feel the flow of battle! Understood, Lumber!
Oh, good camera angle. Alright, so this is the speed up effect for Fiora. And she just goes and goes chop 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 chop. Oh, I think I probably missed that.
Everything's gone blurry. I'm feeling pretty good.
You have become a formidable fighter, Fiora!
Dumbbell, your turn.
Leave it to me! Go! Leave it to me! How do you like that?
This is how we just saw it coming.
Fiora! Nice dodge!
I'm gonna go all out.
Right heel!
Double blade! It's wonderful to be with every. I feel stronger.
As I with you, sister. Stay calm. Stay focused. This isn't going well.
Chain attack would be good now.
Boom! Let's do it!
Oh,
I can do it. I know I can.
who is stunned? Oh.
Follow my lead. Respond and move. Cannon drones.
Boom.
We move at the same
She has like different skills depending on what equipment you give her. That's a big beam attack. But she also has like gun drones and sword drones and shields and
Chew on that, Apocrypha.
other stuff, which is actually pretty neat.
We did it, Shulk. Shulk? Oi!
He's mesmerized.
Whoa.
What's happened to the Monado?
It must have changed just as the generator was destroyed. It's amazing.
Now we're talking. Next up, Egil.
Can you go on?
Me? I'm alright. Come on, we have to stop Egil.
Back on track. Just like I said. The kid'll come through.
Naturally. Everything is falling into place.
Heh. You can say that again.
Naturally, everything is falling into place.
But only as long as we remain within the margins of fate. I know not how things will proceed from this point.
Cool beans. Alright, I'm gonna change it back to what I had before. Because this setup works pretty good for survivability here. Actually, you know what? I think I need to take a leak here real quick before we do this, because I think the next part's gonna last a while. Alrighty, I'm back. Okay, so here's the part where you get to fight Egil. That's fine, I don't think I really need to save.
Hello.
No, the first time I did this fight with Egil actually failed. but the second time around I knew what to do.
Worms have finally arrived.
Egil! Stop the Mechonis! There has to be a way for us to live in peace! There's no reason for us to fight! You must stop this now!
My reasons are clear and truer than yours.
What's that?
Look, it's Bionis.
May the roar of the Mechonis be the wrath of my people.
It was actually pretty cool how he pilots the Mechonis.
How many do you think died in that attack? Hundreds?
Lots of little worms.
Egil! You'll regret this!
Brother! Stop this! You'll destroy the Bionis. Let us put an end to our torment.
It ends when I say it ends. I will end our curse by destroying the world.
You must realize that is not Lady Maynard's wish. That's why she left us her legacy, our whole world.
Pure nonsense. That thing lurking within the Homs girl is no longer our god. This world no longer has a need for gods.
Egil!
No more gods.
Face me, Shulk, successor of Zanza. I'll crush the Bionis and spread its ashes across the world. Then I'll turn the Monado into dust.
We don't really know how big the world is, though. I don't think anybody does. Brr. I'm feeling it. See, I can't really get in position to do anything with him here, so I'm just just do whatever. Ugh. Come on, give me a. There we go. Boom. Up. Okay, this is where we need to. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is actually a timed event here. He just swipes through the whole Bionis. Okay, so this. Okay. Yeah. You have to target these things. I need everybody to attack these things. Here's the part where I died the first time because I didn't have everybody fighting the pylons. Okay, that's one. Ah, guys, stop. I don't know what to do with him. Oh, dang it. Revive. Revive. These things are becoming an issue. I need rain. Ugh. Oh yeah, we were running out of time. We can't mess with these damn things. Okay, you gotta get the other one here. Come on, go down. There we go. Okay, now I can attack him. Getting Buster. There we go. That fight can be a little tricky. Can be a little tricky.
Incredible. Whoa.
Do it.
Kill him.
Do it.
Kill him.
That voice. Who is that?
Strike him down.
I will. I'll kill him. 1,000 times.
Yes. Finish him. End it. It is what you want.
Yes. I want to. I'll kill him. For Fiora. For the Emperor. For my home!
You must find your Monado. Are you ready?
Are you feeling hungry, eh? Chew on this, scrap for brain.
Kill a Homs to beat us.
Egil once wished only to break the circle of suffering.
Until I've scrapped each and every one of you!
Maynard, the villagers, everyone loved you.
Yes.
That is why they wished to live alongside you.
End it.
It
It is
also
what you
clear.
want.
To Maynard and to me.
No! This isn't what I want!
Shulk! No! Brother!
Why didn't you do it? Killing me would have saved your world.
I've forgotten all about that.
Forgotten about it?
I realized that we both share the same pain. Egil, I don't have any reason to kill you.
Even if you do not, I still do.
I know. But I won't do it.
If you do not kill me now, my blade will annihilate every last one of your people. Even then...
I can't kill you, but I can stop your blade. And I'll do it. Over and over again until... we understand each other.
Okay.
Who understand each other, like new types.
You have
You
used
just need
the Monado
understanding.
well. But do you honestly believe you are its master? Mechonis and Bionis once lived in harmony. They coexisted in peace, without hatred or strife.
Egil, why do you think we were born?
Ah, philosophy. Alas, I'm not very good at answering such questions.
Have you never thought about it? Never contemplated what lies beyond this world?
Beyond this world? Lady Meyneth once said that aside from the Bionis and the Mechonis, this world is filled with nothing but boundless ocean.
But what lies beyond that?
More ocean.
We are still young and unable to leave the Bionis or the Mechonis. Say goodbye to our creators, our world. But one day our descendants will. They will leave this place and depart for new worlds, worlds we have never imagined, by strength of their will alone.
Leave this place? That is something I have never considered. However, it would be a truly amazing sight.
Egil, I wish to see that the people of Bionis and the people of Mechonis live in peace and harmony and take care of one another. I wish this for the future of our descendants.
Yes, I too desire this. Arglus.
Arglus. His name's actually Arglus.
Everybody
Oh, this
shared
character's
the
name is
belief that
Arglus.
the prosperity of our two worlds would continue for all eternity. It would have done, were it not for the Monado. The Monado refused to permit the existence of the Mechonis. Or rather, the existence of anything but itself. And one day, it took control of my friend Arglus, and he became Zanza. It was Arglus, possessed by Zanza, who directed his sword at Mechonis.
I don't understand. Does being controlled by the Monado mean you will eventually become Zanza?
The Monado is Zanza. Zanza is the Monado. The two are one and the same. In order to perpetuate the existence of his soul, Zanza inhabits beings of Bionis. But you appear to be different.
What do you mean?
I can see it. How well you retained a sense of self. Perhaps you can break the curse of Zanza. And was that not precisely our wish, Lady Meyneth?
I don't know much about any curse. For now, all I can do is this, Egil. We can live in peace again.
Again? I see. Yes, you're right.
Except betrayal. Egil spoke too much.
No!
Dixon? You shouldn't have done that, little brat.
Oh, the betrayal. Oh, next chapter already. See, that's what I mean, you go for like 3 chapters in like an hour and a half.
Shulk!
Are you completely out of your mind?
Don't you kids ever shut up. I'm just doing my job, as always. Right?
Who are you?
It's you.
You.
Yes. Now you remember. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Egil? Too long. Huh?
Zanza's disciple.
Zanza's disciple? Egil, what do you mean? Dixon, what are you?
I don't have to explain anything. As they say, seeing is believing. Now, witness it with your own eyes. The moment of Lord Zanza's return.
Shulk!
Get away from him!
No! Ah!
Zanza! I won't let you do this!
And our true antagonist now makes his appearance.
Wait, who's this guy?
Zanza!
Do not be surprised. Everything in this world is dictated by the passage of fate. As all that exists is interconnected, time can flow only towards the inevitable. That is the vision of which I, the Monado, am the origin. That
I am now the Monado.
will be. This was all predestined. Ever since I came to reside within Shulk.
What do you mean?
Zanza grew tired from our battle. And then the High Entier ancestors trapped him. His flesh was sealed away on Prison Island. His soul, and hence the Monado, was confined to Osse Tower.
In those ruins? But what does this have to do with Shulk?
Did you forget? Who discovered those ruins? Who happened to be there? Who was the survivor we found? And who brought back that survivor?
What do you
It was
say?
me.
You planned all this when you found Shulk?
Jackpot. It was all for this day. In fact, there was never anyone called Shulk to begin with.
What?
My soul existed inside the Monado. It was fated that I be released. It was shown to me in a vision. At last the time finally came, and then...
The people who found the Monado and freed it awoke Zanza. He sucked the lives from them, so he could live. Shulk was among them.
Shulk was already dead! That's impossible! We grew up together!
You grew up with an empty shell. He appeared to live because I became his life force. That is until he had matured as my new vessel and become worthy of wielding the Monado, allowing me to truly awaken and finally return.
Lord Zanza is the soul of the Bionis, but he still needs a living body. Just like Meyneth over there. Ha. Call that corpse a friend? Don't make me laugh.
But why use Shulk? What was it that made you select Shulk as your vessel?
There was no particular reason. Shulk merely happened to be there at the time.
There you have it. Anybody would have done. As long as they could swing a sword around, at least.
So then, Shulk's ability to use the Monado.
And those visions that he used to save us.
All because of Lord Zanza. Lord Zanza can see the passage of fate. He simply led you to the inevitable. The destruction of Colony 9. The death of that pompous old High Entier fool. And that Grunt Gaddo's miserable demise. All of it.
You
evil.
Yeah.
Schmack.
There's more. We haven't even got to the best part.
What are you gonna do, Dixon?
Don't you get it? You're just in the way. The lot of you. This world was created by Lord Zanza. By the very Bionis itself. Their new things think you can just spring up all over the place.
All life that is born from me must be returned to me eventually to complete the cycle. For me to continue my existence as before, then all must be restored to its former order.
In other words, the destruction and recreation of the world. Nothing more to it.
First, we must eliminate my greatest obstacle. You, Mechonis, the Mechonis!
And now the Bionis wakes up. For some more pretty cool scenes. I'm sure everybody on the Bionis will be fine.
Bionis moves!
I'm sure it'll be okay.
I've been waiting. Waiting for this day. Zanza!
Brother, stop!
Maybe look on a little back so you can see how it come off on the back of the Bionis. It's just kind of bouncing up and down on the back. Like, I'm sure everybody's fine.
There can be no peace for us, or for the people of Bionis.
Ha! Then you shall cease to exist. By the wrath of my blade!
It's the Monado.
I'll show you the meaning of wrath.
Well, knows that the Super Monado cannot cut through the sword. Oh, okay, it did. I thought it didn't, but whatever. Ooh. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Giant lightsaber just sliced right through the head.
Zanza! Right, now! Yeah!
How could you do this?
It is from me that all life is born. It lives only for me. And it shall be returned. So you have finally unleashed your Monado. And there was me thinking you would die with dignity.
There's another Monado.
I finally understand. The futures of our children belong to them alone. Though we are their creators, their lives are theirs to control. Even if the passage of fate is as you have decided, I will teach you the strength of their will to resist. Zanza, if you choose to deny the existence of every living being but yourself, then I choose to fight. To fight for them!
That's right. We won't let you erase everyone's futures.
And we get a bit of a event battle with Fiora, Mechonis.
Is that all you...
What?
I don't know if it's actually possible to lose this fight.
Is that all you've got?
I know I can.
You are a pathetic excuse for a god. Is that all you've got? Take this.
But I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Is that...
Cannon drones. Try and catch me. We're not getting anywhere.
Oh, he has armor on.
Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got?
Yep, that's it.
Something wrong? Is this the height of your skill? You call yourself a god? And you talk of sharing this world with me? So that's why the dead boy is important to you. The Homs are nothing but bacteria clinging to my body.
They are living beings. If you cannot understand this, you have no right to call yourself a god.
And who decides that? A god? Because only a god may decide. This world only needs one god, Maynard. May you rot in that shell for all eternity.
Fiora!
Face me like a god. If not, then say goodbye to your putrid friends! Such a fool.
This is what I wish. This world belongs to you all. Create a world with no need for gods.
Oof.
This is the passage of fate.
Zanza, disappear! He's gone. And things ain't looking good for us.
Let it begin. The ceremony of destruction and recreation.
And now a whole bunch of shit's about to go down.
The Bionis. That light. What's happening now?
Vanea. I'm sorry. I was.
I understand. I always knew it might come to this.
Go, Vanea. Do what you must, while there is still time remaining. all hope is not lost.
No! You must come with me.
I, too, have something that I must do. The final wish, trusted to me by Lady Meyneth.
Oh, brother. Melia?
I understand your feelings. Leave it to us. We know what we must do. We will do all we can for the people of Mechonis.
Now go. Shulk can still be saved. Do not let the last glimmer of hope be extinguished.
Egil. Go in peace.
Let's go. We're leaving the Mechonis. Ryan, take care of Shulk.
Yep, we're done. Grab the dead body and let's get out of here.
Yes.
Good. It still works. The whole place is gonna blow. We must return to Junks via the central factory.
Let's go!
Dun, what about Egil?
Yeah, he's fine.
He'll fight Zanza to the very end. But we have our part of the bargain. Once he's gone, we're the only ones left. Let's move, everyone!
Goodbye, my brother.
Alright, I figured nothing to do here except leave. So yeah, the real Zanza has now appeared. So Zanza and Meyneth are kind of these two gods that kind of control both the Bionis and the Mechonis. And apparently Shulk has been dead this entire time somehow. Not really sure how that works, but okay. We do get him back shortly after this, though, so not too long. I think it would have been really cool though if they had tried to do like a Chrono Trigger type of thing, where the main character just dies right there, and then maybe Fiora kind of takes over role as protagonist for a little bit. I was kind of hoping she would get the Monado herself, though. Those Mechonis Monados. Unfortunately, those are only like event-only items. That's an event-only weapon. And from what I'm aware, you never get those back. So, yeah. But anyways, now it's just escape while the Mechonis and Bionis will fight it out a little bit here. And we just gotta get out of here. But yeah, a lot of really cool scenes. So Egil was just about to decide to go peaceful there until Dixon shot Shulk in the back. What a betrayal. But as we find out, the real Zanza is basically the Monado, and the blue giant dude was Argless. So he was never the real Zanza. So going back to that scene before where he was killed, that it was Argless who got killed, not Zanza. And Meyneth was inside Fiora this whole time. Well, she was put into Fiora when she became Mecha Fiora. But apparently Meyneth is gone now, so the world of the Mechonis is going to be obliterated, pretty much. Oh, no, let's wait a little longer. And stay. No, let's get out of here. Let's just get out of here. There's some more stuff that happens.
Stubborn mortals, so desperate to cling to your pathetic lives, even when there is no hope for you! Don't you ever give up!
Never. But hear this, Zanza. They will judge me not in life, but death. Shulk. For both our worlds, you must succeed. Lady Mayneth.
The Mechonis! Egil!
Look starboard! What's that cloud?
It's the book people.
It's Telethia!
Up and now you gotta deal with this. Hey, Mr. Dick.
Listen, it's over. Time for you all to return to the Bionis. Nice and quietly.
That's enough! Why, Dixon? What made you like this? Shulk looked up to you, respected you.
Dixon! Don't let Zanza control you! Wake up!
You can quit your belly aching. I'm in total control. I've always been like this. Ever since long before any of you lot were born.
Before we were born?
Now you get it. It's just like Egil said. I'm Lord Zanza's disciple. Dixon of the Trinity!
And now we get to beat you up. Yeah, we'll just do this.
Now you're talking my language.
Ryan, don't mess up.
Leave it to me.
My turn. We did it!
Nicely done.
ECS, mode B.
Give me some speed. Oh, come on. Good timing. Good timing. The Telepy is doing this thing now. Perfect timing. Yeah. Not a winnable fight.
You waste of space. Not so tough without Shulk, eh? Stupid beast. You should be grateful. Not everyone has a war buddy like me to lead them along. Tasted good, didn't they? The victory drinks we used to share.
I'll kill you!
What? Who was that? Show yourself!
Melia, are you all right?
Brother!
Callian! Dixon! He works for the Bionis! He shot Shulk in the back! Is this true? Dixon? This ends here. Your Telethia are no match for our Havres squadron. You cannot win!
Maybe you should be concentrating on your own people, instead of barking at me. Looks like you've forgotten your destiny. Right? Lorithia?
Lorithia! Are you involved in this as well?
Your Highness.
Is it Lorithia or Lorithia?
But it is also your undoing. I had much fun playing with you and your father.
What? What is this light?
Ether particles emitted so that the Bionis can be destroyed and reborn. What do you get if you cross high concentrations of ether with high entia?
No, you wouldn't! Lorithia!
Awaken, my darling pets!
They are...
Telethia!
It's just all Telethia.
Lorithia!
All Telethia.
Let him go!
You misunderstand, child. This is the reason why high entia are born. Do not blame poor old me.
Explain yourself!
It's just like she says. The High Entia are a race created by Lord Zanza to eliminate any annoying life forms in the preparation for the rebirth of the Bionis. Their bodies contain a gene that, when the time comes, transforms them into Telethia.
It can't be. Say it isn't so.
Melia, it is true. That is why you are our only hope.
Brother?
Whatever. We won't be needing a half-breed like you anyway. I mean, if you don't turn into a Telethia, it just means you're gonna get crushed by one. That's the only thing you're good for. Rise up, pets. Do my bidding. Kill your lovely sister.
Melia! So sorry. I always placed such a heavy burden on you.
Don't say such things, brother!
But at least I can still shoulder the destiny of our people. The burden meant for you
brings a tear to my eye.
These moments are to be treasured.
How?
He's like a hulked out and rage monster now. It's like, you think you control me?
Melia! Father's wish and the future of the High Entia are in your hands. Yours and Shulk's.
Telethia! Destroy him! Dixon!
I got it. Too late. Damn him.
End of chapter again. Anyway, there's something I'm going to say about some of these things, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if we actually get a pause here in the action for a moment here, because there's so much stuff that happens here. Loading is taking a little longer than usual. It is taking longer than usual. That's kind of weird. Game gonna load. Huh. Okay, that's a little weird. I haven't really seen this happen before, but I guess I'll take a moment to talk about stuff here anyway. So anyway, a couple things here, kind of in relation to, actually in relation to Xenogears, which kind of what surprised me here. Takahashi was kind of using a few ideas from that game. So if you've never played Xenogears, the whole idea about Zanza using the people of Bionis as sort of like parts and food for him, or to be reconstituted back to him, that's very much like what Deus does in Xenogears. Basically, that's pretty much the same concept. Also, the people turning into, well, the high Entia turning into Telepia and everything, bullshit like that, is very reminiscent of the effects of the Gaeta key in Xenogears, which turns nanomachine infected people into wells and monsters, which will also turn out to be parts of Deus. Well, I think in this part is probably more of an allegory to the actually not allegory, counterpart to the Seraph Angels, and probably even the Diabolos machines in Xenogears, because all of those were kind of formed as defense weapons for Deus, and the Telepia are acting as defense weapons for the Bionis, or Zanza in this case. So, I have an interesting parallel there that Takahashi's kind of reusing some of his it's kind of a, well, maybe not reusing, or repurposing some of his old story ideas for these parts. So I think that is pretty neat here. I don't know what's going on with the game here. Seems to be kind of stuck in loading here. It is kind of stuck in loading. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much most of the stuff I wanted to show off here. Guess we'll just have to turn this off here. Restart the game, I guess. Oh well. The first time that's ever happened. But the stuff that happens after this, I guess I'm not going to go through because I've already been on for like 2 hours here and kind of stating what I'll talk about. The stuff that happens after this is basically Shulk waking up kind of like a dream world or something, Afterlife, and he's basically talking with Alvis, and Alvis is basically talks him back into being back alive again with his renewed Monado or something like that, his own Monado, which it's not really his own Monado. It's kind of like he gets a replica Monado made for him when he wakes back up. I'm not entirely clear how within theater, I don't know what this is. That's the first time I've been back to the main menu in a long time. I'm not exactly clear about the thing about Shulk being dead and then him being alive again. Like, oh, what is all this? Or we can maybe just see that stuff here and it'll show me? Oh, it will. Okay. Okay, so we can just go back into this. That's pretty cool. Cool. I didn't know about that. Yeah, this is Shulk in his Afterlife or something right here, and he's talking to Albus. Oh, and he actually put him in his regular clothes. Good. He's not in his armor suit.
Where am I?
I was gonna let this play out because I want to see this again because I'm a little unclear about how Shulk is still alive and dead at the same time.
Oh. So I'm... What was I doing? What was the purpose of my life? No. I've got it wrong. I was never alive. It was Zanza. All along. Everything I did was...
Do you want to say...
Oh, I can pause this too. Okay, that's good. Because in a lot of these little flashbacks here, I keep seeing this other kid in the flashbacks. I'm a little unclear on who that is. If that's like a boyish, like a child version of Zanza, or that's a child version of Shulk there. I'm a little unsure on that part, but I just kind of want to point that out.
Pointless.
That voice.
Nobody else can decide that. Only you.
Elvis. You can call him Elvis if you want. I don't mind. Okay, yeah, see, he's alive. Clearly, he is alive somehow. So he's breathing.
Here, Mikol made you a wonderful new weapon. Since you lost your Monado, I mean.
And the replica one works just as well as the...
technology.
It works just as well as the actual Monado, apparently.
Then, let's all go on living.
It just doesn't have that pesky Zanza thing in it.
We've relocated the Hyentia and the Nopon refugees to Colony 6. Thankfully, the Mechon did us a favor by fortifying it for us. It should hold out for a while.
It's ironic. We want to escape Zanza, but we can't leave his body, the Bionis.
Well, this is our home.
Princess, I have to know. Should we be worried about the evacuated Hyentia?
I cannot be sure, but I believe not. All those who survived are part Homs like me.
Understood.
If they ever do transform, I will be among them. If that time comes, you know what to do.
Are you sure?
Everyone is obliged to accept their fate.
No way! There's no way Callian would leave the fate of the Hyentia to you if that was gonna happen.
Precisely. And Melia, if we are to survive, we must fight Zanza and the Telethia. It may not be the case with all of them, but a large number of Telethia were once high Entia. Your subjects and your brethren.
I am prepared for that. Even if it means harming my brethren, it is for the protection of the survivors. That is the final wish of my father and brother. I will fight to free the souls stolen by Zanza.
You're a fighter, Melia. We will need all your strength in the fight ahead.
How's Shulk?
He's going to make it. His wound has closed. I think Meyneth used the last of her power to protect him.
So he's okay?
But how is he alive? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is he dead or is he alive?
It's like his consciousness has sunk to the bottom of a cold, dark lake. I keep saying his name, but he doesn't respond.
Zanza's gonna pay for this.
What if the Telethia attack?
Then we'll have to fight without Shulk. That's why we've strengthened our defenses.
That weapon I made should come in handy as well.
We're backed into a corner, but we'll give it all we've got.
Can your resistance truly achieve anything?
What do you mean by that, Alvis?
Exactly what I said. We were all born of the Bionis, of Zanza. It is Zanza's will that the Telethia return us to the body from whence we came. Whether we die of old age or in battle, we all eventually return to the Bionis. We cannot escape this fate. Am I wrong?
You've got it backwards, man. Just because he thinks it doesn't make it so. We decide whether to keep living or not.
I agree. Even though he's our creator, that doesn't afford him the right to take our lives on a whim.
But that is the thinking of a Homs. He is a god. Such morals cannot apply to gods.
So you think we should just shut up and die?
If that is the fate decided by a god.
You are mistaken if you think we will simply accept such a fate and wait to die.
We'll never stop fighting, not till the end.
To Zanza, the outcome is the same. Thus your logic is flawed.
It ain't the outcome that's important. It's the will to fight back.
Even if you die in vain.
Hola.
Alvis,
Hello, Chanchulplay. How's it going?
Scared or something? Frightened of a few Telethia?
Stop this.
Hello, who's this? Chile. Oh, are you from Chile? Okay. Cool. Thanks for dropping by.
Sorry. I need to go and get some air.
I'm just checking out cutscenes here. Alright, that's good. Okay, yep, okay, that was it. Okay. Even watching it, I'm kind of like unclear on whether, because they say Shulk's dead, but he's not really dead, and he's like, I'm still kind of unclear on that bit. Let's see. Searching this game because I want to buy it. You should buy it. I think it's actually pretty good, you know. I mean, I kind of had my doubts about this before I bought this game because I was a little unclear about the MMO, sort of like the live action RPG combat system in it, but it actually works out pretty well. So, 1 to 10 is this game good? I definitely give it like a 9 out of 10 so far. If I had to give it something. There's only really a few very minor quibbles I have with the game, but the rest of it's actually pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. Got good music, the story's pretty interesting, graphics are pretty good for the Switch. Really the only thing I would like is having more save slots. that's kind of my only really gripe about the game so far. It's like, you only get 3 save slots. I want more save slots. Because the game's so big. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. Especially if you're looking for like an RPG on the Switch. Because there's a few, but I think this is probably definitely one of the better ones. So pretty much the only stuff that I know happens after that point in the game. Shulk wakes up, Dixon tries to challenge everybody again with the Telethia, and Alvis kind of reveals that he's kind of more on the side of the Bionis than the good guys, so I think Alvis is more like a neutral character, though. The graphics are ugly, looks blurry. I don't really think so. I think for the Switch, it's actually pretty decent here. See if I can go back to the actual game. I mean, it's not going to be like 4K or anything. I mean, this is a Switch game. You have to kind of keep your expectations in check with it. You load the game back up here. I think the graphics are okay for what they are. The character models, I think, look a lot better than they did in the original version of the game. Because I had seen plenty of pictures of the original game. Now let me change character. I don't want game. Because you gotta remember this is a console game. It's on a portable console. But I think this looks pretty good. They kind of revamped the visuals a little bit to make it more in line with the visual style of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I haven't played, so. But I assume it's comparable to that. I think the character models look a lot better than they did in the original game. Just my opinion, but I mean, if you guys zoom on stuff, you're gonna see some blurry textures like that. But most of that is just kind of background stuff, though, so you're not really gonna notice that sort of stuff too much as you're moving around. So it's not really a big deal to me. But I think the game looks pretty good. The environments are just massive in this game. They really are. I would almost argue that sometimes they're a little too big in some areas. And it takes a long time to walk from one part of the game to the other. But it kind of has that. The environments feel like were designed originally for an MMO type of game, almost. But they're that big. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Terra. I used to play some Terra a few years ago on big MMORPG, and saw the environments kind of remind me of that. They're just massive. But thankfully the combat system is not like Terra, so I think this I can definitely gotten used to. Looks nice. Maybe they can fix up an update. I don't really know if there's anything more that can be done with an update, because again, this is a console game, and I'm pretty sure Monolith Soft has already spent a lot of time optimizing it to work on the Switch. So I don't think there's going to be any too much more improvement beyond this. So I'm gonna get down over to this place here. Oh, okay, wait, maybe I can't do that. Oh yeah, so those Telethia are down there. I don't want to mess with those things. So you know what, let me go to... Let me go back over here. Just to again show off one of my favorite environments in the game. Looks more great than the YouTube videos I saw. Yeah, well, I'm sure YouTube videos can probably only like show so much of this. Because this game is so big and takes so long to play and go through that you probably won't be able to get too much of it from a YouTube video. Like the monster designs are actually pretty unique. Like what is this thing? It's like a turtle with like a sea turtle in the middle of the land. Like this whole area here is the Bionis Lake area. This area is pretty massive, but there's a lot of interesting little environmental features in this area, so it doesn't really stay boring. Like there are several areas in the game where there's a lot more verticality. Especially when you get to the Mechonis part of the game. Which this part of the game is actually after all of that, so... What is the must-buy of this game? Removing the story. Maybe they're talking about like what feature is really good, kind of excluding the story. I think definitely the creativity of the environments, I would say, and probably even the battle system to a degree. The battle system, for being sort of a real-time RPG sort of thing, it actually works pretty well. And, you know, like I said before, that was something I kind of had some doubts about going into this. But I'm not really used to a real-time RPG combat system. But I think this game actually does it really well. And that's what I've heard from other people too. So I think I will tend to agree with that. So, if you ever have doubts about it, I mean, give it a shot. I think it works out really well in this game. A lot of the music is pretty good too. I don't think there's really been too much music I've run into that I've disliked or anything like that so far. No. And the cutscenes are pretty epic too, which I just showed off several of them earlier in my stream. Let's see where. Well, without getting like too spoilery, you're. No, let's go to Air of Sea, because this is actually a pretty nice part of the game. Yeah, we'll go right here. And what was the best, this or Xenoblade 2? I have not played Xenoblade 2, so I really can't give you a very good opinion on that. There are some people that really like Xenoblade 2, and there are other people that don't really care for it at all. I don't know, so I really can't say for myself on that too much. But I guess in terms of visuals and stuff, I think this is very comparable to what Xenoblade 2 is, because it they made they made Xenoblade 2 first before this anyway, and then they kind of remade the first game more in the style of Xenoblade 2. So and that's really about all I can say about that. Maybe someday I'll play Xenoblade 2. Maybe someday. I don't know when. This is the Air of Sea area. This is like a big ocean with flying islands. It's a pretty neat area. We're on the back of the gigantic beast, the Bionis. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, you can jump off things and fall. Just counting the seconds here. Sploosh. A big drop. Now mind you can't do that in every part of the game, but it is pretty cool to do that here. Thanks for all the info. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. Thanks for dropping by, because I hope you enjoyed, because I was about to wrap up here anyway. So, you take care. Okay. Alright, alright, so yeah, I probably was gonna stop here soon anyway. Head back to, Colony 6. Alright, so that's gonna be it for tonight. Just kinda wanted to catch up on this game. It's kinda been a while since I last played it. Anyway, I kinda gave my thoughts on all some very interesting stuff that happened that I showed off here. But yeah, just kinda summarize kinda my surprise here. There are some... They're reusing some of the ideas from Xenogears a little bit here. So I was kinda surprised by that. That's a nice little twist. But yeah, probably keep playing. I don't know when I'll do another stream of this. Probably when I get closer to the end. Maybe I'll stream the finale of the game when I get to it, and then kind of give my final thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Until then, thanks for watching. Take care, and Wednesday night I'll be doing Eternal Darkness. Maybe I can finish it that night. We'll see. If not, it'll just be more Eternal Darkness that night, and then try to finish it on Friday. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. Good night.